To continue talking about the public relations department, consider the public relations departments once an organization has analyzed its environment, established its objectives, set measurement standards, and thought about appropriate plans, programs, and the budget. It's ready to organize the public relations department. So public relations departments firstly have to analyze its environment to an internal or external factors. According to that, after that they set their own objectives, setting their own plans, evaluative or the evaluation criteria, and after that they are ready to organize departments. فأول خطوة اللي بتتضمن analyzing the environment, setting objectives, the plans, the measurement standards, the budget, and so on. هذه هي اللي احنا عم نحكي عنها the planning function. After that we have to organize our department. Today, half of all corporate communication departments report to the chairman, president, and or chief executive officer. So half of all corporate communicators or public relation practitioners, they are reporting to the president or to the chief executive officer. Okay, the president, the chief executive officer, or the chairman, all of them paying too much attention to public relation department, unlike past in which they are ignorant. Okay, so this is an improvement from the past and indicative of the higher stature that the function enjoys. Okay, يعني في البداية ما كانت النظرة إلى public relation departments as an important department، لكن الآن أصبح يعني في عندي ارتباط وثيق ما بين هذا الديبارتمنت مع اللي هي الإدارة العليا اللي هو التوب ليفل اوف مانجمنت، التشيف اكزيكتيف اوفيسر او التشيرمان، لأهمية طبعا الانفورميشن اللي بمدها فيها عن البابليكس whether the internal or external publics، بناء عليها they are building their decisions عن المنظمة أو عن طبيعة المسج اللي حيتم نشرها. About 1/6 of public relations departments report to advertising or marketing, and another 1/6 report to vice president of administration. So as we said before, that half or 50% persons are reporting to chief executive officer or president of public relations departments, while the other 50%, 1/6 of them reporting to advertising or marketing department, and another 1/6 of them reporting to vice president of administration. احنا حكينا 50% half of corporate communications departments لهم علاقة بالإدارة العليا، ال50 الباقية بيحكي لي إنه سدس منهم لهم يعني ارتباط مع الادفرتايزنج والماركتينج ديبارتمنتس، وسدس آخر مع اللي هو الفايس بريزيدنت of administration. Clearly, reporting to chief executive officer is preferable to reporting to legal, financial, or administrative executive, who may tend to filter top management messages. For example, in government أو في public organizations, public relations professionals report directly to department heads. In universities, for example, public relations is coupled with fundraising and development activities. In hospitals, public relations it is tied to the marketing function. طبعا here we are talking about the private hospitals, not the public hospitals. They are tied to the marketing functions. A question for you: what are the main differences between working for an external agency and an internal department? Is there any difference between working as a public relation department within an organization, or يعني اللي هو as an external organization, as an external agency outside the organization? The difference is perspective: outside looking in versus inside looking out. It means that if you working in a department inside the organization, we wanted to bring what is in, such as a vision, organizational vision, policies, outside to the publics. But if you working outside the organization as a public relation agency, we wanted to bring what is outside the organization what is people attitudes, what is people behavior, to know how to manage it. Okay, that's what we mean by outside looking in versus inside looking out. So we can say that external agencies have different vision about your publics more than you have, so they have their own looking. أكيد لأنهم أقرب إلى اللي هم البابليكس، فلهم نظرة مختلفة عن إذا كنت department within the organization. What are the advantages and disadvantages of public relations agency? The first advantage, agencies are often used to escape the tunnel vision syndrome that often affiliates organization. Okay, so when you deal with agencies, they will enlarge the picture for you, give you the real stature. Okay, so يعني هنا بيحكي لي you are escaping from the tunnel vision، النظرة الضيقة اللي هي عن المنظمة، لأنه طبعا مرة ثانية they are connected with the external publics، فنظرتهم بتكون مختلفة، فالمعلومات اللي حينقلوها هتكون مختلفة عن إنه إذا كنا بنشتغل داخل المنظمة كdepartment كpublic relation department within the organization. Okay, so the agencies, they will enlarge the picture for you about your audience. Another advantage, they can provide management with an objective reading of public concerns. Okay, حتكون يعني يمد الإدارة طبعا وهذا الديبارتمنت باللي هو المعلومات بشكل موضوعي، لأنه هو يعتبر طرف يعني محايد بعيدا عن المنظمة، فبالتالي حيعطيها المعلومات بدون أي نوع من البايسز. Disadvantages, agencies are outsiders. They may be unfamiliar with internal details and management's operating style. Okay. The only disadvantages of agencies, they have no enough information about what is happened internally within the organization, but they can overcome this problem by sitting with public relation department within the organization or sitting with the chief executive officer within the organization to understand things about the company or organizational performance and what is going on within the organization. يعني السبب أو يعني العيب الوحيد إنه الأيجنسيز بيشتغلوا برا، فبالتالي هم مش مربوطين بالمنظمة، ما بيعرفوا إيش تفاصيلها، إيش البرفورمانس تبعها، فبالتالي ممكن ما يعكسوا نظرة يعني النظرة الصحيحة للأودينسز عن هذا المنظمة. لكن عشان نحل المشكلة ممكن يتم في جلسات طبعا وميتينجز between the agencies and the organizations بتكون مطولة عن إعطاء معلومات عن المنظمة ليتم رسم صورة صحيحة في ذهن الأودينس. Agencies generally organize according to industries such as healthcare, sports, finance, or technology. Agencies specialize in functions including media relations, government relations, social media, and investor relations. So public relation classified into industrial or industries, some of them in healthcare, sports, and finance, and some of those agencies already specialized in media relations, government relations, and social media, investor relations, and so on. Account teams are assigned to specific clients, so organizations have to assign a specific team to each task, to each clients. Okay. فحسب publics, you have to account a specific team for specific clients or for specific task in order to perform it well. In recent years, as the clients began to manage resources more rigorously, agencies have gotten much more systematic in measuring success and in keeping customers from migrating to a competitor. So organizations always seeking for those agencies, the external agencies, to keep their customers So these agencies have to be more systematic, use sophisticated tools or ways to measure success or failure, and have a good criterias, have a good experience in order to build a good relationship with publics. Indeed, the most difficult part of agency work is not attracting clients but retaining them. So it is easy to attract customers, but the problem how to keep and maintain them. So for that reasons we are seeking as an organizations for an assistance from outside agencies or outside organizations to help us in order to keep them. من السهل انه نعمل attracting for the clients، لكن عملية retaining sustaining for the customers عملية صعبة جدا، فبالتالي لهذا السبب المنظمات تلجأ للagencies in order to maintain their clients or customers. Reputation management. Many public relations agencies in recent years, particularly those purchased by large advertising agency conglomerate, have declared special emphasis on reputation management. Okay, so nowadays we are paying too much attention for those organizations in order to manage our reputation, in order to manage our organizational reputation, in order to increase our demand or to keep our customers. Okay, احنا يعني بنلجأ الى الايجنسيز، الى اللي هي advertising agencies او outside agencies او organizations in order to manage our reputation. An organization's reputation is composed of two elements. The first one, the more rational product and performance. The second one, more emotional behavioral factors such as customer service, chief executive performance, personal experience by the company. So reputation, it does include two main elements. The first one, you should have a high quality product or performance, what we call it, a controllable factors, and we have also uncontrollable factors such as the behavioral factors. Okay, فاحنا لما بنحكي على reputation بنحكي انه يفترض يكون عندك البرودكت جيدة، البرفورمانس والانجاز تبعك جيد، اللي هي it is a controllable factors، او the second one which is the emotional behavioral factor اللي هي uncontrollable factor، اشي لا يمكن عده زي customer service، chief executive performance، personal experience by the company, and so on. So again, if you want to be success, everyone in your organization should be fully motivated, and this of course will be reflected in their performance, their treatment with their clients or with others. Okay, فبالتالي حيتم طبعا تكوين اللي هو good reputation about your organization. Stated in another way, reputation is gained by what one does, not by what one says. So always we believe in actions, not on what other or on what you say. So it means we are believe in your contribution to the society, to the environment. We are believe in your treatment with customers. Okay, فبالتالي احنا يعني معنيين بالتنفيذ بالشيء على أرض الواقع مش بالحكي، فبالتالي لازم يكون لك إسهامات في مثلا مجتمعك أو التعاملات تبعتك مع الكاستمرز and so on. Reputation management is the ability to link reputation to business goals, to increase support and advocacy, and increase organizational success for profit, contributions, attendance, and so on. Okay, so it is not a matter of managing reputation, and we are far away from our goals. It should be linked to our organizational goals, and also our reputation sometimes it is coming from a profit or the amount of money that we are spent on our society اللي احنا بنسميها بالsocial responsibilities او our attendance في يعني بعض اللي هي المواقف او بعض خلينا نحكي المشاكل الاجتماعية اللي بوجهها المجتمع. Okay, so reputation management, it is the ability to link reputation to business goals, should be linked to our goals, to increase support and advocacy, and to increase organizational success اللي هي ممكن تكون من خلال أرباح أو مساهمات or your attendance. Okay. These are the four main elements that public relation practitioners doing their best to protect it. The first one, brand, position, goodwill, or image. So this means that managing all aspects of organization's reputation, all public relation practitioners do their best in order to protect their brand, their position, their goodwill, or image. A company with a good reputation can, first of all, charge a premium price. You can't set the price as you want, okay, if you have a good reputation. And if you have a good reputation, you can enjoy greater access to new markets. All markets surrounding you, you can enter to it. Also products or and capital. Profit, if you have a good reputation, also profit you can profit from word of mouth, endorsements. It means that all publics talking favorably about your organization, about your performance. طبعا إذا كان في مؤشرات لذلك, such as the profit. Process and unduplicated identity, so you can have just one identity, unduplicatable identity. That's all if you have a good reputation. What do reputation managers do? First of all, persuading consumers to recommend and buy their products. Okay, and here the way is differ from marketers. Okay, لأنه شغل الماركترز also بيشتغلوا الماركتينج department persuading customers to recommend and buy their products. ولكن احنا هنا بنحكي على public relation department, so we يفترض انه public relation departments here in order to recommend to persuade the customers to recommend and buy their products, maybe by talking about social responsibilities, concern about social issues. So the way here is differ. يعني معنى الجملة هذه بتحكي انه persuading consumers to recommend and buy their products ممكن نشتغل كماركترز عليها وممكن نحققها من خلال public relation departments. من خلال طبعا الماركترز احنا بنحكي على شغل الماركتينج, لكن احنا بنحكي على public relation departments ممكن فعلا يعمل اقناع للكاستمرز انه يشتري البرودكتس من خلال انه هو نضع مثلا نسب معينه, مؤشرات معينه احنا معنيين ب اللي هو المسؤوليه الاجتماعيه, بنخصص جزء معين من ارباحنا للمجتمع, معنيين ببعض اللي هو القضايا المجتمعيه, فبالتالي the way is different. Persuading investors to invest in their organization. Number 3, persuading competent job seekers to enlist as employees. So if you have a good reputation, you can motivate employees to come for your organization. Also persuading other organizations to joint venture with them, persuading people to support the organization when it is attacked. If you have a good reputation, all the people, they will protect you from any attack, which we call it a lobbying, نوع من التحالف مع المنظمة. Stated another way, the requisite of reputation managers is to help build, defend, and maintain an organization's reputation. As we said before, that one of the main public relation objectives is to defend or to build or to manage the organizational reputation. Public relations pursuits would argue that these reputation management functions have always been the province of two individuals, its chief executive officer and its public relation professionals. So both the chief executive officer and public relation professional are responsible for managing reputation within an organization. Assisting the chief executive officer in managing the reputation of the organization is the public relation professional. Okay, so public relation department or professionals assist a top level of management to manage reputation within the organization, and this is one of the main functions of public relation practitioners. Indeed, for the public relations persons, reputation management reflects the function's fundamental mandate to promote, maintain, defend, enhance, and sustain the organization's credibility. What are the jobs? Public relations promises a strong future Just here to mention it, healthcare, consumer, and retail fields are strong. High tech sector will need more and more skilled professionals, investors relation, crisis management, and other specialties pay well. Public relations agencies will continue to expand also for non-profit organizations such as hospitals, schools, museums, etc. All need public relations employee. Communication is needed to win back trust. What does it pay? The communications function has increased in importance and clout in the new century. Top communication professionals in many corporations or in many large corporations today draw compensation packages into 6 figures. فبالتالي nowadays we are paying more attention to public relation practitioners and also they are paying well. According to one survey, the average senior vice president of corporate communications earned almost $190,000 annually, with executive vice presidents earning close to $230,000. فهذا بيعطي كمان أهمية أو زيادة أهمية وسلطة وجود public relation department nowadays. And here we also have another survey with the numbers about the salaries, which is vary by experience, location, and sectors. You can read it. Women and minorities. Today, women predominate in public relations work. Also, the minorities such as African Americans, Asian, Hispanic, even they are small in numbers, but they are growing in participation. Okay, so women and minorities, they have a big participation in public relation departments nowadays. However, in the early 21st century, women and minorities still lagged behind their white male counterparts and salaries. رغم هيك ورغم التقدم ورغم ان احنا وصلنا في القرن 21 الا انه بينظروا طبعا الى الwomen and minorities يعني نظرة مختلفة عن اللي هم الوايت ميلز، فالسالاريز تبعهم أقل بكثير منهم. The number of women executives in public relations has also increased in recent years, while the number of male public relations executives still exceeds the number of females public relations executives. The existence of the glass ceiling seems to be a relic of the past. طبعا عندنا مصطلح اللي هو الجلاس سيلينج اللي هي بمعنى انه تم استعارة هذا المصطلح من قبل النساء للإشارة إلى وجود بعض الحواجز والعقوبات الموجودة في طريق وصولهم إلى اللي هي الوظائف النسائية العالية جدا. Okay, so again, as we said before, that women and minorities still lagged behind their white male counterparts in salaries and also in the positions. The not so good news is that women and minorities are still paid less than their male counterparts. Again, on one survey in 2008 reported that the median income for men with 5 or more years experience حوالي 143,700 ألف دولار. في المقابل for the woman with the same experience يتم الدفع يعني حوالي approximately to $92,000. Summing it all up as a summary for this chapter, in the 21st century, public relations enjoys a significant management role, encountering many new challenges, and there has been a better time to do business, and this trend will continue for the next 10 to 20 years. That's all for this chapter. Thank you for your listening and good luck.